liposuction, tummy tuck, facelift, arm lift and more. 3 episodes, 2 doctors and 10 procedures later, Deanne will be a whole new woman. And will we know what she looks like? Watch her journey to having a total body makeover. Today on The Younger You.
I'm on top of the world, now I'm living. And the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah. And it's a good, I won't even worry anymore. Took all my cares, still can kick them all out the door. Go on and try, come and tell me what you're waiting for. Move and keep them going till your life is overflowing, yeah.
Over the next 3 weeks, we are going to watch Deanne transform right before your eyes. What a journey it is going to be. I'm joined by 2 doctors that have teamed up to give Deanne a total body makeover, and they are changing her life for the better. Dr. Thompson, a double board certified facial plastic and reconstructive surgeon, and Dr. Dunkley, a fellowship trained cosmetic surgeon. Thanks for being here, guys. This has been a journey. Am I correct in saying 6 months in the process?
I think at least 6 months.
I think so, yeah.
6 months.
Quite the process.
Many surgeries. It's an incredible process. Let's get through to begin with, Dr. Thompson, a total body makeover. What does that mean in cosmetic terms, cosmetic operations and procedures?
I think I'll defer to Dr. Dunkley on that question because he really did a lot more. I was really just focused on the face.
Okay, Dr. Dunkley?
Well, there's a lot involved. When we do a body makeover, we're usually dealing with multiple areas, and in Deanne's case, we were working on her breasts, her tummy, her arms, and even the thighs. So as part of the tummy and thighs are incorporated in that.
This is a serious amount of work. Now, I also believe Deanne lost 150 pounds before we decided to give her a full body makeover as well. An incredible journey just for that part to begin with. Now, Dr. Thompson, you worked on her face, okay? So let's say from the shoulders up, okay?
Right.
What did you do with Deanne?
Well, because of her weight loss, she really was just left with a lot of excess skin. And as we age, as we lose weight, if we're aged a little bit, the skin doesn't just kind of bounce back.
Yes.
It tends to become saggy and loose. And so a big part of what we were trying to do was to deal with that excess skin. And then in addition to that, the soft tissues of the face just kind of migrate downward with time. And so we had to lift those back up. And there were several things that we did with our eyes, our face, our neck, kind of total face makeover, I guess.
Which is an incredible result because of course we're going to see you later on in the shows as well. But I wanted to ask you both, is this something that you would work with if you were working with another cosmetic surgeon to do a full body makeover like we're doing from top to toe? Would you normally consult with other cosmetic surgeons like we have on this show for today?
I certainly would, because I like to work with somebody that specializes in, I specialize in the face and that's all that I do.
Yes.
And so it's nice to work with someone that is really good at another part of the procedure, that they do that all the time, and that means they're a specialist at it.
Yes.
And it's often important that we keep the surgeries under a minimum amount of time for outpatient surgery. We want to avoid hospital stays because they just add expense to what's already an expensive process. So yeah, sometimes it's nice even to tag up with another physician in the operating room so that we can make the surgeries go a little faster.
And what are some of the discussions that you would have when you're talking to the patient, and then you would say, Dr. Dunkley, well, I need to also refer you to now a plastic reconstructive surgeon to talk about your face. What do you do? Would you walk us through the process? Would you then call someone like Dr. Thompson and have a meet and greet and sit down with the patient, or would you do that all separately?
Well, oftentimes I'll consult with other doctors and I'll send the patient over there, tell them, this is what they're going to see you for and talk to you about, and then I'll call and talk to the surgeon so that we're on the same page.
Exactly.
Dr. Dunkley, you were saying one of the things that you don't like to do is have too many surgeries and in and out of hospital. I think we did this over 3 or 4 days, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, she had 2 separate surgeries with me, which were both pretty long surgeries, probably 5 to 6 hours.
And then similar with me, probably 5 to 6 hours, or maybe even a little bit more. I don't exactly remember, but I wouldn't have really wanted her having anything else done at that time because just the face was enough to try to recover from.
All right, when you talk to a patient, because this is dramatic, we've done a big job on Deanne. What do you say to the patients about their expectations?
Well, I let them know they're going to definitely have a few marks. There's going to be some scars. Anytime we cut through the skin, there's going to be a scar. And obviously, we're trying to hide them in strategic locations where they'll be less conspicuous. But when you have as much skin as she had, there's going to be a few that you just can't hide completely.
And I tell the patients, you know, we show these great before and after results, but it's a process to get there. And nearly every patient with every surgery has something that might be different than what normally happens. And we have to be prepared for that, and we have to be all on the same page and educated beforehand. There are risks with surgery, and we talk about these great things, but it's not a minor thing, it's a major thing, and to get through it, we have to kind of be all educated and work together.
Guys, I'm so excited. Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to see an incredible journey. Well, now we know a little bit more about a total body makeover. We're going to talk about Deanne and the specific procedures she has had done when we get back. Stick with us. Life can throw curveballs at us that leave us in physical and emotional downs. Well, these low points can wreak havoc on our bodies and make it feel impossible to get back in shape and reclaim a life that we all deserve. Today on the show, we're following a very deserving lady who is wanting to take her life back. It's time to meet Deanne. Hey, Deanne.
How are you?
Fantastic. Well, I'm excited because we've never done a 3-episode makeover before. Are you nervous? It's seriously a lot of work.
I'm scared to death, yeah. It is a lot of work.
Are you really 50?
Yes, I am.
Because you said before you are.
I am 50.
Okay. Have you looked after your skin before? Like
well, you know, not when I was younger. Yeah, you know, it was all about the sunning and burning and putting baby oil on to keep the best tan you can.
Okay. Why now?
Well, I recently lost 140 pounds.
Tell me about that. How did you lose 140 pounds?
Well, I got a little help.
Tell us about the little bit of help.
I had a gastric sleeve surgery.
Good for you.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was fabulous.
Tell me about that.
And not painful.
Okay.
So, and my doctor was amazing, and I was up and about, and I've lost all my weight, and I feel great, and they were great support.
Did you feel that you had no other option?
I did.
But to have the gastric
I did.
sleeving, did you say?
Yeah, I had the gastric sleeve. It was because, you know, you kind of get to the point where you're like, if I go on one more diet and fail, I just can't do it again. I can't fail one more time. And so it kind of felt like for me, and I know it's not for everybody, that it was the best option for me, and it turned out to be. It's been a great, I would do it, and I would recommend it to anybody because it was such a good journey for me. And it's been a positive. I feel healthy, I feel energetic, I get to exercise, I get to play with my grandkids like I want to. And it's been fabulous. So. Okay.
Were you sitting on the couch before and really not?
You know what? I didn't think I was. I was, but
we never do.
I was. But I worked with a dance group, and so I worked a lot. Like we'd be at practice at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we'd dance for 2 hours, and then we'd practice in the afternoon, and I'd teach in the day. But now, in retrospect, I was pretty sedentary compared to what I do now.
Wow. 140 pounds. That's a lot of weight. How much do you weigh now?
I weigh 130.
Wow.
Yeah.
That, I'm so impressed.
No.
Good job.
Yeah.
Did you have health concerns?
Yeah. Well, no, but you know what? I really had not had a lot come up yet. Like I didn't have diabetes or high blood pressure.
So you weren't pre-diabetic or anything like that?
But it was down the pipe. And I just kind of wanted to get away from that before it happened.
Got you. Dee, what's your mission statement?
Well, this is my time, and it's all about me now, and I just want to do what's the best for me so that my next 40 plus years, I hope, will be as fun and as exciting as they can be.
Well, we're back on the couch talking to Dr. Thompson and Dr. Dunkley about Deanne's total body makeover process. Guys, we're going to break this down a little bit with all the procedures that have actually been done. Let's talk about the face to begin with, Dr. Thompson. You did one of the procedures was a brow lift. Now, we've seen that many times on our show before. Anything serious with Deanne's issue on this?
Not anything serious, but the mid face and the lower face tend to age as a separate unit than the upper face, and so generally speaking, if the eyelids start to look heavy or the brow starts to descend below the bone there, then it starts to just kind of make you look tired and aged a little bit. And so a lot of times the eyelids, the upper eyelids and the brow lift go hand in hand.
And that's what I just wanted to ask you then, an upper and lower bleft, which is also what we've done. Do people confuse that with an eye lift?
They're similar terms for the same thing. Upper bleph, lower bleph, that's an eye lift, and usually we're trying to treat baggy skin or excess skin, and below we're usually trying to treat kind of a bag under the eye or a fullness under the eye and some loose skin usually.
So, Dr. Dunkley, when, you were doing the full body makeover, and when you were looking backwards and forwards at each other's work, were you thinking to yourself, wow, the work that she's had done on her face is incredible?
Oh, absolutely.
Was there anything that you would get on the phone to Dr. Thompson and say, now what are you up to now, or where are you working with this?
I mentioned to him I loved the way he did his eyes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really, as cosmetic surgeons, I'm sure we're both really particular. And there's some classic things I see where people try and make incisions maybe a little shorter, but it doesn't give you as good of a result. And on the eyelids, we'll see that. If the incision is too short, you leave this lateral fullness. It just looks bad. And I really trust Dr. Thompson because I've seen his work and it is good.
Yeah, and same thing. When Deanne came into the office, I was thinking, you can't wear those clothes, but all of a sudden she was in different clothes than before surgery, and such a major change, a major improvement. So.
Well, guys, you're doing an incredible job. There's so much more to talk about. Well, stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to talk to Deanne a little bit more, and Dr. Thompson will begin her face transformation. Closed captioning of The Younger You is brought to you by Circle of Life Women's Centre. Looking for the perfect beauty product? Each week, The Younger You highlights a standout product in the health and beauty industry. Head over to theyoungeryou.tv and check it out. Love to hear your comments.
Today I'm having a facelift, and that encompasses my neck, and they're going to do a brow lift and some fat injections.
People at home will think at 50 years of age that it's not a priority in someone's life.
I know, but you know what? They aren't in it. They haven't walked in my shoes, and they don't know. I mean, they don't know all the stuff that has gotten me to here. And
what's got you to here?
Deanne lost a lot of weight, and that's one of the reasons that, and we can only see some of this from this front view, but when we look at the side views, we'll see that she's got a lot of loose skin, and I think when we look at the body shots, we'll see that she just has a lot of excess skin and soft tissue, and so with that in mind, we kind of take that approach when looking at her face.
I'm gonna cry, sorry.
It's okay.
But my husband took his own life. So to deal with that, I'm so sorry. I say, judge all you want, but you have no idea until you are
walking my shoes.
Yeah.
I'm going to make some marks on your face, and then I'm going to mark your eyelids, and then we'll be ready. So
sweet.
Okay.
It's been hard. I have a great family. I have great friends. I have a good support system. So it's been tricky. It's been a tricky road to hoe. But you know what? Judge away. But I'll tell you, when you see me next year in Bora Bora on the beach, you'll be thinking, that lady's a hot sauce.
So, Dr. Thompson, talk to me about the eyes. That's the first part we're looking at here today.
And one thing we should remember with the eyes are kind of the focal point of the face. When you meet someone, you look at their eyes, and so the eyes are really important. And when we look at Deanne's picture here, we can see that her eyes just look a little bit heavy and a little bit tired here.
You know what? I think it's going to be the most exciting 3 episodes.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's a lot of work. It's the
Yeah.
most we've ever done.
Yeah.
So in a woman, usually the eyebrow will sit more up in this region here.
Okay.
This is the bony orbit right here, and this is more of a normal position for a male eyebrow. And so in order to kind of open this up for her a little bit more, we want to take this brow and lift it up this way.
I really wanted to see a complete makeover. So just the planning of this,
Yeah, it's been a trip.
I was like, is this safe? Is this the right thing that we should be
Yeah.
doing? On discussions with both doctors on the phone,
Right.
they've assured me that, Troy, it's cool,
Yeah.
you know?
And I trust both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they are very,
Aren't they great?
oh my gosh, they're amazing.
I love them.
Yeah, and they make you feel so comfortable, and I really feel like I said to him, you know, I'm putting my life in your hands, so.
In addition to that, she has some skin along here that could be considered excess skin, and that's very common. We've talked about this before. And when that skin gets heavy, it makes our eyes look tired, and sometimes it even can obstruct the vision. She lost some of the fullness in her face, which is really a youthful feature, and so a lot of times that'll show up right through here. And we can add volume with fillers, but in this case we'll use fat. She has lost some weight, and so she needs a little bit of volume. So we will add fat in here. We will add fat here. We'll lift this up. We'll also add some fat into her lips because they also deflate with time. And this is, you know, this is the one thing I try to talk people into when they come into my office for injectables, that they're always nervous that their lips are going to look unnatural or too full.
Yeah.
And I just say it's because you've never seen the good ones. You've only seen the bad ones. And it's one of my favorite things to do on the face. My incision is longer than, say, a mini facelift or a max lift that I also do in the office that ends right at the earlobe. This incision goes all the way around the ear and into the hairline.
You want to look the way you feel
Right.
on the inside. Just about every woman and man that comes on my show says that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, because I feel so much younger than I did even when I think back. Like, because I really thought, and everyone would always say, you know, for how big I was, that you just go.
Well, I'm going to
and you
ask
never
you
stop.
this, and it's going to be blunt. How did you get so fat?
Well, you know what? I will be honest
Do you
with
mind?
you.
I'm
No.
sorry.
No.
But people are
Well,
going to
I
wonder.
ate like a gypsy. I mean, honestly.
What do
like,
you mean by that? What's
I mean, I just ate like, if
I
it
was gonna
wasn't
say-
nailed down, man, I ate it.
As we say back home, I ate like a truck driver.
There we go.
Okay, now I got you.
Touche. My husband was an alcoholic,
Yeah,
and so he drank himself to death, and I was eating myself to death.
I understand.
And that was the way I handled it, because what I tried to
The
do.
stress, you were stressing.
Yeah, like I tried to keep my life normal for my kids, and the only outlet I had was for me to eat. And I think it was like my only thing I felt like I had a little bit of control over, which really it had control over me.
When we come back, we'll finish watching Dr. Thompson finish the face proportion of Deanne's total body makeover.
Like us on Facebook for updates on the show and how to join the Younger You conversation.
Honestly, if you went up to anybody that was like 50 to 60 and they said to them, okay, you know what? We're going to give you a complete makeover. Do you think they're going to say, oh no, I don't want that?
Funny you say that, and I'll share this with
Okay.
you. Because I asked the public to write in
Oh, did
about
you?
this type of procedure.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people were scared to do this on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Literally yesterday, I got an email from a woman begging me if I would change my mind about her.
Oh.
And I phoned her and I said, I would love to, we already have someone, but why did you change your mind? And she said, I was concerned about what people would think of me being 55 and having this.
Yeah.
I said, so why now? She said, because I don't care anymore.
And I can't. I mean, if I lived my life worrying about what everybody cared about, you know what? People don't have to like what I'm doing. They don't have to. And then if they don't want to do it, more power to them. And they can do whatever they want. But you know, I sit and watch people like have Botox after Botox after Botox and fillers after filler
You've obviously
after
watched
filler.
my show.
I know. And it's just like, why don't you just go get the whole thing done and
Yeah.
call it good?
So ideally, we want this neckline to kind of come like this and down a little bit more.
okay.
And that's what we can accomplish with lifting the soft tissue, tightening the muscle, and pulling the excess skin.
It looks so
Go
much
ahead.
better if we can just see this nice sharp jawline here. And right now, without the red marker there, so I guess we could erase that and you could just see, but there's no definition right there. It's just straight. And if we can bring
Interesting.
out that jawline, that would look
Interesting.
nicer.
Absolutely. So the facelift, you know, our intention and the design is that we lift the deep tissues of the face, not putting the tension on the skin. But in order to do that, we need to lift the skin up, obviously. So I do two different layers. The first layer is the skin just underneath the skin, called the subcutaneous fat. We lift that up, and if I just pulled on that, you'd think, oh, she looks great, everything's all fixed. If we just pulled on that and stitched it up, it would look good for a little while, although it would probably look pulled. The problem is the muscle is still loose, and it would just pull that skin downward, so the result wouldn't last, and the scars would spread and be unattractive. So for this type of facelift that I'm doing, as we mentioned, this area here is called the mid-face, this is the lower face, and this is the neck, and we really want to affect a change on all three of these areas. And so in order to do that, the brow lift will help me a little bit with this mid-face area. But for her facelift incision, I'm going to go around like this. Now sometimes I'll go right up into the hairline, but she has kind of a high, what we call temporal tuft of hair. And if I make the incision up
Or
here,
sideburn.
or sideburn, it's going to lift that up too high, and that's kind of sometimes a telltale sign of a facelift. So we'll come around here, and then down along here behind this little cartilage, and that will hide the incision really well. And then back here, and then kind of a dotted line behind the ear, and then into the hairline here. And that will allow me to get
Interesting.
down into the neck. It'll allow me access to this entire area of her face.
But with that, what do? You're actually cutting the excess skin off?
Yeah,
How much
we'll
skin
remove-
are you thinking you're pulling out?
I mean, it varies. She's got quite a bit down here in the neck, and it really does vary from one person to the next. I'm sure Dr. Dunkley has found this too. Sometimes you go in and think, you know, you're not going to have a lot of extra skin, and then you lift the muscle up and you realize, wow, there's a lot of extra skin here. The tricky part with Deanne is the fact that she's lost so much weight.
I think
And
it's 150, 150
130 pounds.
130.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you've lost that much weight and you have a lot of skin excess, sometimes it becomes a challenge to deal with that extra skin without creating any irregularities in the skin. So,
Okay.
for example, if I lift this up, there's a pivot point here, and I might end up with a lot of skin bunching right here. That's one of the reasons I want to do a forehead lift, because it'll help me to deal with that extra skin.
Fascinating. Now we need to get to your work.
Okay.
I sort of feel that Dr. Thompson's got the easy part here.
Well, he's dealing with a smaller area, but I don't know if
Yes.
I'd call it easier.
Well, I wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not going to be there on day one with you.
That's all right.
But I will be with you throughout the journey.
Okay.
Because it's it's a lot of work.
It is a lot
It's
of
a
work.
lot. So,
But everybody, when they're done, they'll think, oh my gosh, you look fabulous. No wonder
oh,
you
yeah.
did that.
And I'm also going to have a
Yeah.
little surprise for you at the
Oh,
end as
good,
well.
good.
So I think you deserve it.
Oh, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you for sharing your story.
I appreciate your time.
Well, we can start to see what a process this total body makeover is going to be. You won't want to miss next week as Deanne's transformation continues. Dr. Dunkley will be performing the procedures and we will be able to see her final results. I need to thank these amazing doctors for being here today and for their awesome work that they do. For more information about the doctors or the show, head over to our website at theyounger.tv and I'll see you next week. Deanne is ready to finish the rest of her total body makeover. Watch as we transform Deanne and help her get her confidence back.
The Younger You set provided by Madison McCord Interiors.